53 Combat Kelly 16 and Kennedy Tales 13? What does this have to do with this tape? What does this have to do with this? Stay tuned and find out.
Hey, yo.
Hoorah! Here we go. Salesboy Comics, I'm Dylan. Thank you for joining me here on Kennedy Tales 13. And then we got ourselves good old Combat Kelly 16. Don't know much history on it. I actually don't know anything. All I know, it was cheap enough for me. I think I paid around $12 because I only need one thing from it, unfortunately. Combat Kelly is an Atlas comic just like my Unkennedy 13, but I know the 13 of Kennedy is a Stan Lee writing and did some of the editing. So I have a tape problem, and this book here, well, Unkennedy is, this book, even missing the parts, it's still worth about $80. Look up what a CGC Universal goes for, a 1.5 or a 2.0. So, I don't know. I want this book and I want it together, and I want to kind of just have it one whole solid book. So, I'm going to get some of the stuff that smells like turpentine. What do you call it? Bestine. Rub it on there. Soak it up good and try to get this tape off. I know there's going to be some type of discrepancy now for what I'm going to do here using the Combat Kelly, but hey, it's life and it will go on. I want you to notice that this book is also, when I checked both of them, Uncanny is a lot darker, much more tanner, so I'm going to have to put a little bit more surfactant, a little bit more moisture. So that I have to do. So we will have to add a few more things to it before I can give it a bath, let it soak a little longer, because we want them to be the same type of color, if you know what I mean. We want them to present very decently, evenly at least. So, and I'm sure when I get this separated and cut the other book in half, marry them, yeah, you can tell me in the comments what you think. Again, I'm sure there'll be some kind of discrepancy, but it is what it is. Get my capable tool out. You can get them at Rick Morgan at Immaculate Comics. They got a nice little store over there. And thanks for being here, guys. Hurrah! The staples are taut, nice and tight, nice and taut. So I have my dentist tool out. I'm gonna get it here and get under it. It's not fun. These pages are somewhat brittle. Probably hard to tell because they got the white light on. But yeah, they're nice and taut. Boy, oh boy. Once I can get the staples out, it's gonna make it easier. And I can start dumping the liquid Bistine on there and try to get the sticky part of the tape to disconnect, and once I get disconnected, that'll make it a lot easier for me to get in there and do that. Alright, Mr. Tough Guy. Get my little mustard bottle out, fill it up with that fluid, and start squirting it on there. Moist.
To walk up with the people and say, hey, Gator don't play no shit.
I know I didn't show it, but I've already squirted the cover a few times, the front cover, about 15-20 minutes before this. I had some moisture on there, and then I squirted it with a little bit of Bestine, and now I'm doing Bestine with Triton X100 7 drops. It's a little bit of warm water. Mix it up with the calcium hydroxide together and spray it on. So the surfactants will have time to sit and kind of cook with the all that dirty gunk and the grease. Yep, all that aging, tanning. Get all that acid out of there. Because that's what ruins the book the most, is the acid. They designed these comic books to basically solidify itself and eventually destroy itself and be no more. But we're here. We'll stop that from happening. Let's take a look at that after about letting it sit for another 20 minutes or so. See, look at all that stuff coming off the cover, the front cover. The back cover isn't so bad. It's not that bad. A little bit of tide marks, but nothing I'm too concerned about. Of course, I'm checking my water. But we'll do close up. See, it's mostly coming off the cover. Front cover. Back cover isn't too bad. So this will be calcium hydroxide, 100 milligrams, and just a Bystine spray in there, 2-3 more drops of Triton X. Mix it up. It's nice and warm water, and let's get all that bad bacteria fluid out of there, all that crud, that grossness. Retrieve some of my paper here. Take a look at the rinse site. Beautiful. If you're enjoying this so far, give me the likes. You guys have been actually really good with the likes lately. I like that a lot. Thank you very, very much. So I'll keep sharing more of my news with you and what I'm doing. These old Atlas comics, I've never owned them really, but I've seen them a lot when I was younger because my older brothers had a stash of them. I don't know if they've inherited from their dad or whatever, but anyways, you see the two covers are starting to get close to matching each other. I think now, if I remember correctly, the front cover I put a little peroxide on it, and I will not be finishing with the cold rinse like I always do. It's going to be regular warm water, some methicellus in there, 50-50 blend, and yeah. Why are you doing it on this old girl, Dylan? Well, I'm going to try to repair as much as possible on the gloss. I am a big believer in methicellus, using it with a little bit of water. I'm a big believer on the gloss part of it anyways. So it will help the green be more green. It's going to help the yellow be more yellow. It's going to help the reds stay a little bit more thicker color. Alright, let's get this out. Take a look at the rinse site. I'll put that back right here. Little piece. What do you expect? It's from 1956 or something. There. It's a beautiful last round. Beautiful. It's like the middle finger for you. Beautiful. But these pages need to be washed. Look how much acid's coming out of the first wrap. Probably because it's been so exposed to the air. There was no back cover. Maybe that's why it's so acidy looking. Oofta. It smells too. Yeah, I'm not going to make 2 or 3 videos. I'm going to try to get all this done and make it present as one video. Oofta, look at that rinse site. Oh my god. Thing is practically on fire just looking at it. Alright, let's do it again here. Using the lobster sauce. Couple hundred ml calcium hydroxide. Yeah. If anybody can tell, I just got done doing a 28-hour shift. So that right there we can say amazing. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's take a look at the rinse rate. Yeah, that's a lot better. That's the second round. We're doing fun work here at the Learning Center, SALESBOY Comics Learning Center. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Now my dumb butt, I ripped part of the paper there. It's okay. We're gonna take some methicellulose on there. I'm gonna brush it on there. It's a 50-50 blend of methicellulose. Just kind of paint it on there because I'm gonna be doing some leaf casting, of course. Not just on the cover, but I will do it to the wraps too because they really need it. And that, and I kind of ripped more because trying to get that tape off sucked. It sucked. But if you're still with me, you'll get to know a few things here because I will review some things, and very appreciative. Thank you guys. I'm going to take a minute and explain this awesome secret. You guys are awesome. You gave me my likes. So, kudos. I'm going to start talking about it here. I think Stan the Man Lee would improve that. I want to talk about being thankful to all you guys and getting me all my likes. So I'm going to give you a good secret about boiling the water and the importance of it. Call it the 3-step rule of rinsating the water. You can run the molecules out and getting the hypophis to work so you can get a better Petri matrix into your washes. Am I getting an awesome result of capillary action? Here's the diaphragm and here's what I've been doing. And every water I touch, yes, first rinsate has always got to be good warm water. A can of soda. Why is it so explosive when it sits in a hot sun all day in the car? I'm going to break it down to you. Boiling my water and letting it cool down. If you see in my videos, I'm always like tampering with it. And then I wait until it's about 90 degrees and then I use. Allowing more oxygen to come back, and somehow my rinsate is better. Notice that your surfactants will work a lot better on your paper and the water becomes more softer.
Better. Hold on a sec.
What is the big secret if you haven't figured this out? Boil your water. Use a coffee maker or something. You'll find out that as the water cools down, invest a temperature gun, and once it cools down to 95 to 100 degrees or so, you can use it on your cover or your wraps. You'll notice with your surfactants, there's an additional bond with that, and it works so much better. Proven that the water becomes more of a solvent, and becomes more distilled, and proper minerals replies back into it as it's in the cooling procedure when it's in a capillary action, which it's squeezing itself in smaller places. So why don't you just get warm water and put something with really hot water as it cools down with your paper, makes your pages work a lot better. So I don't know the full scientific reasons behind it, but I'm giving you my secrets. We learn about the best way of deacidifying your pages and for cleaning them. Use the hot water, but boil the water, let it cool down. And then as it cools down more, as in it's in the 90s, with your paper, your surfactants work harder and the water becomes more softer and it's a lot more gentle. That's why if you see my videos, I think I maybe had like one mistake. Other than that, I'm not known to have much chipping or ink loss. So I just gave you guys my great secret. And I always end it with a cold rinse. Your third wash or so, or fourth wash, whatever your last wash is, should have distilled water. Professor Peter uses regular tap water with filter, whatever floats your boat. Look at these beautiful wraps. I'm going to probably redo it. I always have a jug of distilled water for my last rinse. That's in the coldest part of the house, or you can refrigerate it too. But you should always have it cold because the paper fibers will go back to its natural form. So usually trim and cut here at the Learning Center.
What or who are the hoodies? They are the firm.
Using Gallon gum now with Professor Peter's idea, I think as the best Dean spray and all this, the other chemicals we use for it works fine. But the Gallon gum is a little better, a little stronger. It definitely turns your whites into whites. I think because there is a boiling process. There's hot water involved to make these bars. So, anywho, I hope what I explained to you makes sense. Thank you guys for watching. Give me those likes. And let's keep learning here at the Learning Center. Alright, well, peeling. Get back to the program here. So, now you can't get me for not explaining my secret. Boiled water gets down to 100 or less, use it for your paper, and then that cellulose becomes more of a contraction for your surfactants, and it works better. Less wash, uses cold water for a rinse. You guys will notice a huge difference, and it's a lot more easier and gentle on your pages. Get these off the beautiful Bristol paper, which I'll leave down in the descriptions, of course, with a few other supplies that I use in my videos. And yeah, take this right off the cover. Get a nice sight of it. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Using a little bit of methicellulose and all that, it shouldn't stick to the Hollytex. It should release. So, it's coming apart nicely, but I still gotta take my time. This is an old girl here. You gotta take care of an old girl. Indeed. Thumbs up. The collection.
Gotta hire lawyers! You gotta get a judge! And they take you to the cleaners, brother!
Very true. So, what do we learn? Steam opens the pores. Hot water eliminates all the bad lead and everything in the water. And then it stimulates a little bit of time with extra oxygen and endorsements for more stuff to cabulate with your surfactants. So I'm hoping this video is beneficial for you, and I hope you like it. Real easy here. I'm not used to leaf cast, so I don't know what it's capable of. I've only left it in the boards for 4 or 5 days, I think. Or 3 days. Can't remember. You know, with the pressure. I have the new paper book press vice steels that put a lot of pressure on there, so that helps out a lot. Give it a flip and see if they're both the same color. You know, they're pretty damn close. So starting it with peroxide and letting it soak by itself for 15 minutes was a good idea. And that was probably about a 3% or a 2% peroxide. Right, now it's time for cutting and slicing. Amen to that. Just hopefully with my measurements that it doesn't come out all screwed up, and that would suck. So That's why it's important with water and what you're going to use. I noticed that the back cover is a little taller than the front, so I had to start it with warm waters and not with colds, so I can get them both the same. Leaf casting isn't that big of a deal. It's just trying to match it and make it look like it's original. That's the only big part about it. And obviously after a few books, it gets a little easier, but I still have lots to learn. And it is pretty damn fun. I will admit that part.
Did that go the way you thought it was going to go? Nope.
There's some more Bristol paper here, and get this out. I had to redo the centerfold, I believe, here. I want to make sure it's solid this time. And of course I messed up again. And you're going to see where I messed up on. Because I did the leaf casting on the part where it's visible. So, yeah, you can point your finger at me. You hit me too. Yep. Yep. That's the front part. I should have did it on the back part, and you wouldn't have never known. But that's okay. Take deep breaths and make nice slices. Well, if you made it this far, I hope I get my 20 likes again. I am trying my best to show you what I have. And God bless, and I'll see you on the next. I'll give you some before and afters, and I'll leave some more videos on the end. Salesboy out. Amazing.